Just for the sake of record purposes, and I don't want, but I will not get tired explaining this thing, because this is what I've explained severally. Whenever I meet you, I always explain this. Church did not support the president, but a section of some mongrels who thought that by associating with the president, they would gain something out of it. They are the ones who stood with the president in campaign. As a church, we don't campaign for anybody. I tell you, even in this region, we never stood up even to stand with the candidate that stood in our region. So please understand what the church is. It's not the church as a Catholic, as an entity, national entity. Those who are sections of some people, like even ourselves here, we stand here. If he decides to go his own way, he is not the church, he is himself, but using the church as a bait for personal interest. I think I've explained it. We never
So for future, you use the term some church leaders or some churches. Don't just brand us all as the church. Use some.
That's not us, and will never be. We know who called us.
Maybe I wanted to say something. And any time we are going for election, we take time to pray. We take time to ask God to guide us to get a good government. So in times of election, you will find us very committed to pray for leadership. No one person in particular, but we ask God to give us direction so that we get good leaders. Because we know if we get good leaders, the people will rejoice. If we get bad leaders, we will suffer. You ask what went wrong. When the government is elected, we have expectation. Now, our expectation has turned out to be our problem because they are not meeting our expectation. This is a government that has tendency of oppressing people. It's a government that has a tendency of lying, and this cannot go well with the church, so to speak. There can be 1, 2, 3 clergy who are supporting them blindly, but we can all see the citizens are crying. Those who are called Mamamboga, the Boda, they are nowhere in the State House, but they were told they will be there. So this cannot allow us to say that things are right, and this is what has gone wrong because we are not seeing the promises that were made. In the hospital, people are dying. Education is almost going to zero. We cannot sit back and pretend that nothing is happening.
Okay.